Hello, welcome back to BSLIVE. Today I want to show you something with Blender 2.90 that's actually interesting. So it's called Extrude Manifold. Okay, so I'm going to show you with this default cube, I'm going to show you how to create some kind of abstract design and just simply by extruding box. Okay, so the extrusion is here, and I already have this extrude manifold set up. But I'm going to start with extrude region. So with extrude region, if you select a face and extrude, you have extrusion that looks like that. But with this guy, you cannot go in. If you try to do that, it's going to overlap. So that's pretty bad. But with extrude manifold, you can actually do that quite easily. So here, you hold your mouse button and then switch to extrude manifold. The shortcut is spacebar. Oh, shift spacebar if you want to do that. Shift spacebar and switch this to extrude manifold. But normally I just use this tool. It's pretty easy. With extrude manifold, you can go in. Oh, not in this case, but you can do neat thing like this. So you can actually go in. It's almost like SketchUp. A free app to do kind of architecture blocking. So I found this actually quite satisfying. If you want to make like a, like a abstract looking geometry objects, sometimes it does seems to be failing there. But this thing can go in, basically go in and go out. And it's gonna kind of create a clean cut. So that's not bad, but I think I found this really quite interesting and satisfying. And I want to show you also on top of this what you can do. There is a free add-on called Align. What is it called? If I create a cube and I want to align this cube and snap it into this wall, anchor it, I can select this face and then right click. There's this is a free add-on, attach align, but you can also donate to the developer. But that's really cool because you can just snap align a box like that. So select the face, select this face, right click, attach align, and you can then kind of snap it to the wall. I think I found that also quite satisfying. And you can do the same thing if you have a cylinder, for example. So cylinder, I'll reduce the number of subdivisions, move it to the side, and I want to make this smaller. I want to attach this into this wall. I can do right click and attach align. That's also quite satisfying. And let's turn on cavity and shadow. There's also another add-on, and the add-on is called drop it. So I'm gonna create a cube. I want to kind of just drop it into this guy. So right click, drop it. So this is another free add-on, but again, you can donate to the developer. It simply let you drop any geometry into another object like that. It's also kind of nice. So this allows you to quickly create quite abstract looking geometry. And there's one more add-on that's actually my favorite. This is also this one is not free. It's called BoxCutter, and this is version what version is this? It's 7.1.6 Kathleen. And with this add-on, you can quickly add geometry like boxes. So if you're in object mode and you're selecting this box cutter, you can quickly draw box like that. I can't remember in latest Blender. I wonder if this kind of mode of drawing is already built in. It might actually be already built in, but I'm using BoxCutter for this to make something like that. If I actually have an object selected with BoxCutter in edit mode, I can make a quick cut like this. I'll show you. And this is also probably the most satisfying. You can quickly slice into any box. Oh, this one is a little bit wrong because it's not aligned. I'm gonna undo that. But basically, because that guy is separate objects, if I turn on random, I can see this guy is separate objects. I'm gonna delete that. With this guy, go to edit mode, still in BoxCutter mode. I can do quick cut like that. And this can quickly help you to make interesting shape. So with Blender, and Blender has interesting things like you can do a quick cut along polygon face. I'll show you. It's called K, right? K is for the knife tool. Where is this? Knife. Okay, this knife tool. If I select a face and then I want to cut through that, I can tap K, and with K you can do a cut easily. K has a lot of option here, so I'm gonna try to make a cut, and by default it's snapping to the edge. There is one thing that's interesting, is called C. So if you tap C, it's gonna kind of align it somehow. You can align it in the certain directions. So this one is also, it's already snapping, so I can hit that, click on there, and then hit space, so it's make a cut. And after I do that, I can select a face, and I'll do this extrude manifold once again. That one doesn't work if I go in, but works if I go up. Okay, which is not too bad. Sometimes, however, you want to make like a straight cut, and Blender have this very interesting way to do it. With this selected, if you go view, align, shift numpad 7, or aligning it, whatever I'm selecting is gonna aligning it from the top, which is already doing that. You can then K, use knife tool, and then you can make a cut like this. Tap C, and it's gonna align it into angle. And then you hit spacebar. Now it's actually angled properly. I found that to be quite interesting and more satisfying. And yeah, and then you can continue with things like BoxCutter. This is good for exercise, and I found it to be quite meditative sometimes. And what's BoxCutter? If you never use BoxCutter, I highly recommend it. It's making a cut. Okay, that's actually a bit failed, but it's actually doing Boolean. So this is non-destructive. So Boolean. Oh, yeah, there's the Boolean there, but I can apply the Boolean. So we're gonna go back to edit mode. BoxCutter, can make a hole there, hit enter. BoxCutter is not yet official with Blender 2.9. Probably the developer is working on it. However, when it works, it's so I'm just doing the basics, what BoxCutter can do. But yeah, so I found that to be really quite interesting. And on top of this, for example, like if you want to drop things other than boxes, for example, you create a text, just make a text, like learn, or just box, RX90. And this is a text that we can extrude and add a bit of bevel. This is a text object. Then I'll do F3 and convert to mesh. And then is it working? Okay, F3, convert to mesh. Now it's a mesh object. I need to merge vertices by distance, so they're all a single object. Now I can F3 and separate by loose part. Now each one of these is a separate object, and now I can drop it into this guy. So let's try doing that from the top view. Right click, drop, turn off align, drop this. Yeah, I think it's kind of nice. And RC90. Okay. Just the way, like the way you can quickly arrange and compose something very, very quickly. So they're kind of touching each other, not overlapping. And you can kind of quickly do that. It's kind of nice and satisfying. So there you go. That's just a quick video, just to show you what you can do very, very quickly. It's quite satisfying. It's very interesting to do, especially BoxCutter, I think, and non-manifold. So Extrude, Manifold, go to face mode to be able to do that. It's pretty cool. Okay, all right. Thanks again for tuning in. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.